Hi, it's May here. Are you stepping into a formal leadership role for the first time? Or maybe you're advising people who are. Well, I was recently reminded about just how challenging this can be. My husband, who's a basketball coach, came home and told me about his new team captain. She's a senior in high school, and how he's helping her to become a better leader for the rest of the girls. Then I got a phone call from a brilliant academic, and he's now asked to lead fellow faculty members for the first time, and he's in his 40s. And he said to me, May, I've got a PhD in my own field of excellence, but now I need that PhD in leadership. Where is it? So whether you're a high school senior or you're a brilliant academic in your 40s or somewhere in between, any of us could be in this position of becoming a new leader. So what can we do to help in this situation so that people can hit the ground running? Well, here are 7 things you can do and ways to think about it. First, it's not about you. It's really about the team and the mission. So make sure you know what the mission is. What was the mission that you were asked to come in and achieve? And that can be a really effective rallying point for the team. And at the same time, when you're doing this, make sure you bring your big self. This is what my father always talks about. Your big self is the part of you that thinks about what is doing the right thing from the standpoint of the team, the mission, the organization. And leave your small self to the side. That's a part of us that's our ego that feels compelled to convince everybody how smart we are, how talented we are, and how well we deserve to be that new leader. The second thing is you want to learn the care and feeding of your team. Everybody is motivated by something different. So you've got to talk to them to find out what motivates them and get a sense. As an example, in the gym, some people are motivated by things like, hey, come on, Mark, rep it out. Come on, blah, 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 like that. But I'm not motivated by that. When they start doing that to me, I start cracking up. I think it's hilarious. I'm not one of those big chunky football players, American football players, that is. So you want to treat people the way that they want to be treated, which may not be the same as the way you want to be treated or the next person, okay? Then third, you want to let people know that you are on their side. And that has everything to do with the way that you talk to them, the tone you use, and the stance that you have, the mental stance that you come from. So instead of doing what I call tell and yell, on the basketball floor, it would be like, say, don't do that, get over here, that kind of negative energy. Instead, you want to be positive and encouraging. So that might look like, hey, come on, let's come over here. This is the way we want to do it. And people can get excited about that. And make sure, so when I was in my first leadership role, I also had to let people know that because I was just promoted from a peer level, I sat down with each of them individually to say, what does success mean for you? How can we do that together? And that I wanted them to know, and I told them, I will do everything I can to help you become successful. Then the fourth thing is you want to focus in 2 ways. First, on the business, focus on just 3 priorities and getting those done. People can really rally around 3 priorities, and you will feel much more in control when you don't scatter yourself too much. And then the other way to focus is you focus on guiding principles. And don't make too many rules. When you set rules, then you have to enforce them, and you have to hold people accountable for them. So if you've got this rule that nobody can travel without my sign off, well, all of a sudden you're the roadblock, or you could become the bad person in all of this. So focus. Then fifth, you want to be calm and patient, not only with your team, but also with yourself. When you're new at something, you're going to make mistakes. So you want to cut yourself some slack and don't get frustrated. And when you do get frustrated, don't let it spill over into how you deal with your team. So back to the basketball example, if the captain's shots aren't going in, she's frustrated with her own game, she still has to be out there encouraging others to make their shots and like, hey, come on, let's go, this is great. Then 6, you want to create an environment where everybody can be at their best. And that's one where there's mutual respect, support, and trust. And remember that these are simple things that can really make that difference. Like, are we listening to each other? Do we talk to each other and talk things through? Are we making sure we don't waste people's time? And also remember that whatever the culture of the organization, you have a lot of power over the local weather that you create. And then finally, 7, you want to create a support network for yourself. When you're a new leader, it can feel pretty lonely. So it could be an informal network where you have other people that are in similar situations to yourself, or people who are further advanced that you can go to it for advice. But put that together. You might even want to have formal support. You could hire a coach, set up times specifically with your boss or with a formal mentor to really go through some of your questions and concerns and act as a sounding board along the way. So those are 7 things you can do to really hit the ground running. And now I'd like to get comments and shares from those of you who are experienced leaders. What's the best advice you give to new leaders? And I want you to leave that in a comment below. And then if you're a new leader, what are the biggest challenges that you're facing right now? Leave a comment so that we can help each other.